At his weekly press conference earlier today, Jagdeo explained that this position was taken since the December passage of the no-confidence motion triggered early elections within 3 months, and since there is no vote by the National Assembly to extend this timeline, general and regional elections ought to have been held by March 21, 2019.
Then since March 21st of this year, the government has been practicing unconstitutional rule. It has been a usurper of power in Guyana. It is acting outside of the provision of our constitution. We were prepared to allow this to happen after September 18th. To be generous and say after September 18th, then you go into unconstitutional rule. But now on the basis, if they think this ruling helped them, well, it really reiterated what we know, but we're prepared to move on, that the government has been a usurper of power since March 21st.
According to the opposition leader, this now means that every deal and agreement made by the coalition since then will be null and void.
So I saw they're extending now the oil contract. I saw CGX got an extension, and I want to say to CGX, that extension is not valid that you got, because it's done in a period when we have a caretaker government. I've already made it clear that the daily sale of land and all of these things that are practicing through not public processes, etc., they're all illegal, and not from the current date or from September 18th, but now from March 21st.
On Wednesday, Chief Justice Roxanne George dismissed an application filed by Christopher Ram, who challenged the constitutionality of the ongoing house-to-house registration and asked the court to compel the Chief Elections Officer and others to hold elections on or before September 18, which is 3 months since the Caribbean Court of Justice validated the passage of the no-confidence motion against the government. However, the Chief Justice noted that, like the CCJ ruled, the High Court cannot set a date by which elections ought to be held, and that it is not for the court to say whether house-to-house registration should be conducted. But she noted that it would be unconstitutional for the registration exercise to remove qualified persons from the voters list for reasons other than death or those disqualified under Article 159. This, according to Jagdeo, is a victory for the opposition, which had joined in on Ram's legal challenge.
As far as we're concerned, we achieved the purpose of what we set out to do. That is that not to have Guyanese being deregistered by this new government. They would have done this, develop a flawed list, left out thousands of Guyanese, added in some fake names, and then rush the elections through. That was their aim. We know that. That's been discussed at Congress Place. This here has thwarted that. They can't touch the database, the NRR.
Reporting for the Evening News, Vanu Manakchand.